Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is the 13th of January and I'm here as always to give you a daily dose of your latest gaming news. This time I have something a little bit different, as the Xbox Chief Product Officer, who of course goes by the name of Marc Whitten, has spoken a little bit about the upcoming launch of Valve's Steam Machine, and he seems rather unconcerned, and he told Engadget that he considers Steam Machines to be different enough to the Xbox One that the products aren't really in direct competition. And he said, quote, "I personally don't know how to think about Steam machines yet. I'm not knocking it or whatever. I continue to think that PC gaming, the sort of Uber configuration, and I can change everything and I can mod, that's an important thing, and there's a lot of people that want to do that. When you get into that living room environment, you don't want to spend any of your brain cells doing anything but being entertained. I don't want to work on it. I don't want to feel like I have to know how it works. I would like to be blowing things up now or watching a thing now. That's a fundamental thing you want to do. I think there's a space for both. I'm not sweating it." Now, he was actually asked about the little joke that Gabe made last week that the Xbox One would take a while to catch up to Steam because, well, Steam has 65 million users, and he laughed and said, quote, "The last thing I'll ever do in my entire life is to get into a flame war with Gabe Newell. There's no win in that," and to be honest, I think he's probably wise to make that particular decision. But on the subject of what Whitten actually addressed, to be honest, I think he does have a very valid point. The Steam Machine, while it looks like a console with its neat tiny little box or whatever, is definitely not marketed in the same way as a console. It's kind of more of a PC in a ready-made fashion. But in that sort of different looking environment and all that with its own OS, blah blah blah. But the people who would be interested in a Steam machine, getting that high-end power and having to know a little bit about specifications of graphics cards and CPU and memory, blah blah, that's a little bit different from the people who, when they buy a console, they literally just want to plug it into the back of their TV and literally just turn on the console and go. You know, that's the strength of a console. One of the strengths, obviously, but that's the main strength versus PCs, that you can just plug and play and go. You don't need loads of technical knowledge or anything like that to get the machine. It's ready made for you and it will last you a long time, and then you just buy the next one when it comes out and then you're done. Whereas PC, you know, I personally prefer PC. I've definitely been fully converted to the PC master race, but you know, with PC, you know, you buy the PC and then, you know, if you want to get a good PC, you have to know at least a little bit about how things work, or know a friend who does, who can give you advice, and then it'll probably need upgrading in a few years' time, and again, you know, you have to fit the parts, blah blah blah. So there is two separate groups of people. I'm not saying there's no crossover, because naturally, of course, there is, but you can see my point, and I think that's what Marc Whitten is getting at here. Whether or not it would be a competitor to the Xbox One, well, I don't know. I think they probably could quite comfortably coexist, to be honest, because, well, not everyone has the kind of knowledge necessary. You know, a Steam Machine is a little more easy to access than a standard PC, but I still think there might be a bit of a wall there for people who don't feel that technically knowledged. Anyway, that is me done for this video. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts, though, as to what you think the future is for the Steam Machine, and whether or not it's going to give Sony or Microsoft a run for their money. Anyway, as I said, that is me done. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.